The story begins with two men, George Milton and Lenny Small, walking down a dusty road in California during the Great Depression. They're on their way to a ranch to find work, fleeing trouble from their previous job in a town called Weed. George is small, sharp, and protective, while Lenny is massive, incredibly strong, and mentally childlike. Lenny loves soft things and often pets mice, but his strength usually leads to him accidentally killing them. George looks after Lenny, though it's not always easy. As they walk, George talks about their shared dream of owning a little farm someday, a place where Lenny can take care of rabbits. For Lenny, this dream is everything, and for George, it's a glimmer of hope in an otherwise bleak existence. When they arrive at the ranch, the tension is palpable. They meet the boss, who is suspicious of George speaking on Lenny's behalf, but they are hired anyway. They also meet Curly, the boss's arrogant and aggressive son, who has a chip on his shoulder and immediately targets Lenny because of his size. Curly's wife, a young woman desperate for attention and escape from her unhappy marriage, flirts with the men, causing more unease. Other workers include Slim, a kind and respected leader, Candy, an aging ranch hand with a disabled arm, and Crooks, a black stable hand isolated due to racism. George and Lenny quickly realize the ranch is filled with loneliness and frustration. Candy, who fears being discarded as he gets older, latches onto George and Lenny's dream of owning land. He offers his savings to help make it a reality, bringing the dream closer than it's ever seemed. Even Crooks, hardened by years of mistreatment, dares to hope for a moment when he hears about the plan. But trouble is brewing. Curly, always looking for a fight, provokes Lenny, who, despite George's warnings, ends up crushing Curly's hand in self-defense. Slim steps in to keep the peace, but the incident shows how dangerous Lenny's strength can be when he's scared or confused. Things spiral out of control when Lenny, upset after accidentally killing a puppy by petting it too hard, encounters Curly's wife in the barn. She confides in Lenny about her own dreams of escaping her miserable life and becoming a Hollywood actress. Seeing her soft hair, Lenny can't resist touching it, but when she panics, he accidentally kills her in his confusion and fear. Realizing he's in trouble, Lenny flees to a hiding spot George had told him about earlier near the riverbank. The ranch erupts into chaos when Curly finds his wife's body. Furious, he leads a lynch mob to hunt Lenny down. George, knowing what's coming, makes a painful decision. He finds Lenny at their hiding spot, and as Lenny talks about their dream of tending rabbits on their farm, George gently reassures him. In an act of mercy, George shoots Lenny, sparing him from the brutal fate the mob would deliver. Afterward, the men at the ranch react in various ways, but only Slim understands the weight of what George has done. The story ends with George and Slim walking away, leaving the shattered dream behind. Of Mice and Men is a tale of hope and despair, loyalty and sacrifice. It's a powerful exploration of friendship, loneliness, and the fragile nature of dreams in a harsh, unforgiving world. So, what do you think?